Hi there, and welcome to this course, 5 Days to Becoming a Personal Trainer. So, first of all, my name is Neil. I am Head of Education at IPT, and I run the courses here at IPT also. And when we look at this from an objective point of view, there are so many people confused about what to do when trying to become a personal trainer. There's not a lot of information, and what information there is usually a little bit biased by the training providers themselves because ultimately they do want you to purchase the course with them. Now, because that is something that most training providers want you to do, and us included, we wanted to actually arm you with the different information you need to make a good choice when it comes to your training provider. Ultimately, what course you select, the people you learn from, the not necessarily the people on your course, but definitely the tutor who will be doing the course, such as myself, it is that person who is going to set you up for the personal trainer you are to become. Now, obviously, there will be an aspect of your own knowledge, experience that you can use on the course, but there's a lot of stuff that we have to go over before you even get to that point where you can utilize that. So, what I'm going to do now is bring up day one slides. If you want to know more about myself, please ask away. There is a question section at the end of day 5. But ultimately, it's more about you and what you need to know before making your choice. So let's get the slides up. So, 5 days to becoming a personal trainer. Now, really, it is your opportunity to see if it's right for you. Some people may see this course and make the decision that it's not the best thing for them. But being a personal trainer is such an amazing thing to do. There is so many positives about the career itself and so many avenues it can then take you down. So we want to give you that extra information that you might struggle to find elsewhere so that you can then go and make your choice. So when you start to look around, it can be quite confusing who you should pick. Obviously, for a lot of people, price will be the big thing, and we will discuss price at some point. But we want to make sure that you understand everything you need to help you make that decision by giving you that information and letting you make that choice. So, where do you start? Day one is all about what you should know when you are looking for your course. Obviously, you can Google courses and a multitude of different course providers will come up. You can look on social medias and you will find loads of different ones. You can go onto the Active IQ website or other course providers' websites and see what they have to offer as well, or be directed by somebody else. Obviously, referrals are a big thing, and that might be something that has happened here. You've been referred onto this course. Whatever it is, there are going to be things you should know before making any decisions. So let's take a little look. First things you need to know about are the education sectors, the education providers, who SimSpa and reps are, what Ofqual is, what kind of courses are going to suit you better, in person or online courses, and the differences between awards, certificates, and diplomas. And obviously, the big one that people look to is pricing. When we look at education centres, that really is us. We are IPT, we are an education centre, and we are the ones who provide you with the opportunity to learn and complete the qualification. Each education centre are responsible for delivering the education in a manner that's ethical and helps you to learn the materials so you can become a personal trainer. Now, what that means is your course should be delivered to a high educational standard, and that is regulated. That also includes many features to help you learn as an individual. And at IPT, our big thing is making sure that we give you some kind of nuance to the training. There isn't just going to be this is black and white. We will talk a little bit about how the education and how real life works, the differences between both, and how you can utilize each to help. And as a vocational course, you should also have elements that show how you perform certain actions within a working environment. So in the case of IPT, we provide ongoing videos and databases for you to access so you can see how to do things. And we obviously give you video feedback. So if you were to take a video of yourself doing an exercise and send it to one of our tutors, they will give you feedback on how you can make that exercise better, or if you're coaching someone, how you can change your coaching to make it better, or even just to say that's all good, continue with that. With an education centre as well, they are the ones that build upon the regulated qualification and the framework that's already there to make sure that the learning can be absorbed a little bit better by you, the student. If you were to be given the plain education as it is, a lot of the time it isn't relatable and it can be pretty frustrating to students. And that's why education centres are there to help bridge the gap. And when we look at the next thing, which is education providers, that's where they are the ones who come up with the education in the first place. So we use ActiveIQ, although there is a whole host of education providers in the UK. ActiveIQ are probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, education provider and are notoriously known throughout the world. ActiveIQ qualifications are sometimes seen as a benchmark when you go elsewhere in the world. And that's why they provide education not just in the UK, but also worldwide. So ActiveIQ are the education providers. They are making sure that the standards within the qualification are maintained so that education centres don't go off track. Education is delivered by approved centres only in the UK and worldwide by ActiveIQ themselves. ActiveIQ have a standardisation that all centres must go through, and if they do not meet the qualification terms, they aren't allowed to do any of the qualifications. ActiveIQ as an education provider are recognised worldwide due to the exceptional level of education that's provided. And that's why they work with so many different countries around the world, and why your qualification with ActiveIQ can actually mean a little bit more. So what does it mean for you? It means that you can have a sound mind when choosing a course, that the education will be of the highest standard. When ActiveIQ put their stamp to your educational certificate or diploma, you can really rest assured that you have been given a good level of education. You will have the ability to take your qualification anywhere in the world, and it will be recognised. ActiveIQ is recognised throughout the world, and it is one of those things that people do look for in qualifications when you are going elsewhere in the world, a recognised qualification. Choosing an ActiveIQ approved centre means that you can be assured of quality, equality, opportunity, support, competent staff, and usually an environment to flourish. When we talk about quality, obviously they provide education and we add to it as an education centre. Equality is something that all centres should be trying to strive towards. Opportunity means the opportunity of education above and beyond what you do, along with the opportunity to go on and do better things, such as getting your first personal trainer role. And obviously, we will help with those opportunities as an education centre. Support. You always know that if you do not agree with anything the education centre is doing, you have the support of Active IQ to go to them along with ourselves for anything that you really need. Competent staff. Now, in the fitness industry, you'll have different variations on people who are going to teach the course. When it comes to Active IQ, to be classified as a tutor, you must hold a qualification in teaching and a qualification in assessing. You must have both to then teach the course. And usually an environment to flourish. And one of those things we strive towards as an education centre is making sure you have that environment, and Active IQ checks regularly to make sure that we are providing that for you. Moving on to SIMSPA and reps. Now, these are maybe people you've heard of if you're interested in becoming a personal trainer. SIMSPA is the Chartered Institute for Management of Sport and Physical Activity. They are an organisation that is trying to establish better standards within the leisure sector in the UK. So that's not just personal training, but the whole of the fitness industry. When you complete your Active IQ course and gain your qualification, you can then use this to become a member of SIMSPA, and you could also become a member of REPS, the Register of Exercise Professionals. REPS offers the ability to register your qualification with an independent body and therefore be recognised for the qualifications you have. This means the public can look you up and see that your qualifications are valid and that you haven't just made it up. So it means for you, when completed, your qualification will gain you membership to different institutions in the UK and worldwide. This can help with professional standards and showcasing that you have been through a vetting process. Important for some gyms and obviously for people who might hire you. In some other countries, membership is mandatory, so having a recognised qualification is important. When we look at other organisations, there is IC Reps, which is the international reps. There is E-Reps, which is European reps. And there is things like Reps Dubai, where you have to be a member. It is mandatory. So again, making sure you understand what is needed for any country you want to work in is going to be paramount if you want to work in that country in the future. SIMSPA is not something that you have to be a member of, it's just an option. And because of the course you do with us, at least, you will be able to gain membership to that. Same with reps. It's not mandatory in the UK for you to be a member of either of these organisations. But for a lot of people, it is something they want to do to make sure that their qualification is been through that vetting process. Again, these things do cost money, so it is something to think about, and it may be something you do in the future. But with your qualification, if you do it with Active IQ and ourselves, you will be able to gain that access. Ofqual. Now, Ofqual will be floated about quite regularly by different organisations, but Ofqual is something that most people don't know about. So, Ofqual means the Office of Qualifications and Examination Regulations, and they provide the oversight and regulation for exams that you take within your course, ensuring that there is a quality assured process to what you're doing. They basically go over everything that you're going to do in the course and make sure that it can be a recognised and accredited course. Obviously, Active IQ is a recognised and accredited organisation, and all of the examinations and the different parts of your course have been vetted by Ofqual. So what does this mean for you? You'll be educated to a high standard and a high-end quality qualification. With an off-ball mark on your qualification, it showcases a level of quality that is understood internationally. Having an accredited and regulated qualification means that you meet the standards for employment and go beyond it in many cases for becoming a personal trainer. These qualifications are a desirable thing for employers. And in the UK, you do have to have a recognised and accredited qualification to become an employed personal trainer. The reason for this is because you will need to get insurance to be a personal trainer. And without these things, you cannot get that insurance. It would be not valid if you did get insurance and then tried to be a personal trainer. That's why this is a very important stamp that you do actually want on your certifications. Moving on from these different bodies that you really should know about, it really comes down to your course and what type of course you would like. So, for instance, some people might want to work in person. If you're not comfortable or confident with the physical elements of the course, then it's going to be for best. For some, this is where they learn best. And by having a tutor take you through the different physical elements of the course, it's going to be obviously a good thing for some people. But it can be hard to give up time to attend course dates. And with that, they complete the assessments that come with it on time. If you're putting extra effort into learning the physicality, then sometimes that will be something that will make you take a little bit longer for doing your course. Having time with a tutor does vastly help students get through their sticking points when it comes to physical and theory, but that's why we obviously have face-to-face webinars in our courses. So you can actually come to us and ask us about it. And when it comes to the physical element, if you are to choose that, then we do offer it in some cases throughout the UK, depending on how many people are looking to be on a course in a certain area. Now, when it comes to online courses, because this is where the industry has went to, there are different courses out there with different experiences. But this is a more flexible option for most because they can continue to work and study around their life that they have so far. When you think about that, if you have a job and you had to take time off of your job to go on an in-person course, that could be something that your job doesn't want you to do and therefore would vastly change your opportunity to be a personal trainer. When you're doing online courses, it can be hard at times and frustrating when a sticking point is met, especially with some types of online courses. But rest assured, if you were to choose IPT qualifications, we have somebody on hand to help you in whatever way works best for you. And what we mean by that is if you learn best by having somebody give you a voice note or making a video, we strive to do that for our students, especially when it comes to something that if we were to write an email to you, it might just not have the same kind of ability for you to grasp than having somebody actually talk through a point with you. So we try to meet the students where they're at and help them in the ways that really help them. Not every course is the same, please bear this in mind, but that is what we do. Having the ability to submit video assessments will allow you to take an assessment in a place that feels comfortable to you as well. In the past, some in-person experiences, people have said that they felt very pressured having a tutor follow them around the gym and that pressure can sometimes make people do silly things. So having that ability to send in videos instead of just having a tutor follow you is something that a student might feel better for them. Understanding how you learn best, as I've spoke about, is so important to the qualification process. So make sure that when you're picking a course, you understand exactly what you're going to get before choosing anything. Will you have face-to-face time with your tutor? Will you be learning via just video, or will you be learning via live experiences, live tutoring? Will you have the opportunity to get tutoring? Will you be able to do the assessments that is going to be there for you? There's a lot of things that you really need to think about when choosing your course. And obviously, if you have anything when it comes to additional needs, that's something really to work with as well, because if all the information is provided via an online portal and there's very little human interaction, the price might be cheaper, but the course might not be for you. So lots to think about when selecting a course. Is in person going to be the right option for you? And it will be for some. And for others, will online courses be good for you? Or will there still need to be an element of that tutor involvement? Something to think about when you're picking your course. A big thing people don't really speak about in the industry is the types of certifications that you walk away with at the end of a course. Now, different bodies will do different things, and you'll see here in the corner we have the Active IQ Level 3 diploma, and that's what we offer. But we need to understand what other things are. So, awards. These are usually the shortest or the smallest qualification, and they might take up to 130 hours to complete, but not always. Certificates are the kind of middle ground, with qualifications taking anywhere from 130 hours to 370 hours to complete. Now, certificates, awards are not bad things. They are good qualifications. But the reason that we offer the diploma is because it's considered the longest, but also the most in-depth qualification. If we were to quickly run through a qualification just to get you to the end goal, you're going to be a little bit out of your depth when it comes to actually being a personal trainer, in our opinion. So it can be a really significant thing in your learning towards your chosen career, selecting a diploma. Diplomas are usually 370 hours plus of education. And when you gain that qualification, you should have a bigger level of understanding, a greater understanding of all the differences between your level 2 and your level 3. Now, obviously, combining the learning of level 2 and level 3 is what makes this a diploma. You will get the level 2 qualification and level 3 together, and we will go through that in another day. So at IPT, we offer various qualifications. There are awards and certificates to be attained if that's what you want to do. But you must understand the level and quality of the education you're selecting before you purchase it. So if you go to other course providers, other centres of education, and you do not know exactly what you're getting at the end of your course, that is a red flag. Obviously, the main course we provide is the level 3 diploma in personal training, along with different awards in different things, different certificates in various subjects. For instance, you can get an award in indoor cycling, or you can just go for just the level 2 in gym instructing as a certificate. Understanding the difference can help you choose what's right for you. And really, if you've got a massive amount of prior knowledge, then an award or certificate might be what's best for you when selecting a personal training course. But if you want to have the most encompassing education you can have, then a diploma is definitely considered the benchmark for that. Prices. Now, this is the big one for most people out there. We're going to go starting with what we provide. And our courses for the diploma, just the diploma by itself, start at £999. You will find that there are people out there who offer different packages, and we do as well. We have different packages ranging from 1799 to 2999, depending on what type of education that you require. Our packages are there to set you up as a personal trainer properly, which is why we have comprehensive business and subject related courses as part of that package. When you're looking at prices, we recommend that you have a chat with us before making any purchases to ensure that you're selecting the right things for you and that fit your budget. We offer payment plans up to 24 months, which allows you to spread the cost. But there are going to be cheaper courses out there. There are going to be more expensive courses out there. It's really making sure that the education you're purchasing is best for you. Not just that you're getting a good deal on things, but that you're taking into consideration all the things we spoke about prior to this. You will often find that courses that are cheaper are often hidden behind the fact they were an award or certificate, or that they are actually just one part of the course, or a lot of the time they will not be regulated by Ofqual. And again, these are all things that could hamper you becoming an actual personal trainer. Sometimes seeing a really low cost course means that it really isn't worth the money that you're paying, and they're just trying to make a quick buck. For instance, I have personally seen a personal trainer course for £19. Obviously, it's not regulated, it doesn't go within the framework of becoming a personal trainer, but by all means, if you were looking to just get a little bit of education, it's £19 that might be worth spent. I don't know. I didn't take the course myself, but you know, there's going to be people who buy these things thinking it will make them a personal trainer. But ultimately, in the UK, you will not be able to get employment with something as silly as a £19 course. So, what does it mean for you? What do these prices actually mean? So, in understanding what makes sense for you as a price point and can be made to fit your budget, having these things displayed means that we can help you understand really what's good for you. With our packages, you can select the course or courses that fit best, and you can upgrade. So if you were to do the e-learning and you wanted to upgrade, you would only need to pay the difference and we put you on the next course. But with us, the best thing is there's no pressure. We're not going to hound you just because you've taken this course. And we're not going to hound you to come on to any of our courses, because working for other companies in the past means that I understand the pressures that these companies can put on to people who inquire about students becoming students. So we're just going to lay it out there, what we offer. If you want to do the diploma, it's only £999, but you only get the diploma. There's no extras. E-learning just means that you have a little bit more self self-led training there. It means that you can take a little bit more time. There's no pressure for you to do the assessments. There's no push from us as educators. And you will still get access to pre-recorded education, and you'll still get access to the 10 CPDs. One of those CPDs is live, which is the business course, and that's a 2-day course. With the fast track option, you're getting all 10 CPDs as well, but you're also getting the education each week live. So you'll still have access to the library of lectures and other learnings that we have, but you'll get taught live. So you can have an element of interaction. You can ask questions, you can interact with other students, obviously. And that's done online, usually at 6 p.m. on a Wednesday. And we run these courses 4 times a year. The one-on-one private fast track course is more of a new thing, and it is only running in the Central Belt at the moment. The fast track private course means that you will have myself one-on-one to teach you the course. What this means is I'll be there 1 day a week to teach you the course in person at your gym, and we will take you through the theory, and we will also take you through the practical elements. So that's why there's a bigger price point, because I have to travel to you. And the spaces on that course, there is not very many. So please, if you are looking to do that kind of thing, contact us as fast as possible. Prices can vary across the board, and really is thinking about the future for yourself. The course may look like it costs a lot of money, but the reality is, if you were to select the fast track course at 1999, you're probably going to make that money back within the first 6 months of personal training and then some, especially if you follow the kind of things that we tell you to do as a personal trainer and to get your business up and running. So, although it's a lot of money, it looks like at the start, the reality is it's not a lot of money in the long run. And again, we will go over some more things about pricing at the end of the 5-day course. Now, I hope you've enjoyed day one. It's been nice chatting to you so far. And really, I'm looking forward to telling you more about the actual course tomorrow, because that really today is getting a lot of the boring things out of the way. So, thank you for attending, and we will see you on the next course. Day 2, what's the PT course like? I will see you then. Take it easy and take care.